Hi everyone, let's learn section 9.6, the chain rule and the power rule. We learned called the composite function. Here is one system, input x, output y. The function is g. So the output y is g of x. Then you go to the second level system and use this output of the first one system as an input. Then we get the output. So this output should be f, then this input is g of x. We call it a composite function. So let's warm up for this example. So I like to say this is a box. So now in the box is single x. So f of x is 3x squared. If I put the apple there, so f of apple is 3 times apple squared. Now we put g of x in the box. So it's 3 times this box square is g of x. g of x is 2x minus 1. Okay, based on the composite function, let's introduce the chain rule. The destination is x. Now here, if you do y prime is based on this input. This is not our destination. So same thing here, dy dx. First, we go dy du because you see is y equals f of u. But then u also a function of x. Then we go to destination. You could just treat this like a fraction. So du cancel out is dy dx. Before we start the example, let's review the notation for the derivative. We could say y prime or f of x is prime, right? Because y is f of x, or dy dx, or dfx dx. So they are exactly same. Like this first example, find dy over dx is just y prime. Now, because we just learned the chain rule, we could do in slow motion. So once you are familiar with that, you could do very fast. Method 1, just really based on the definition of this chain rule. So let u equals 2x minus 1. Okay, so now you could get u prime is 2x minus 1, this prime is 2, right? Okay, now since u is 2x minus 1, so y is 3u squared. Then we know y prime is 3, then 2 jump down, then 2 minus 1. We need to go to u prime. So now you combine this u prime is 2, so 2, 2, 3, right? 12u. So what's u? u is 2x minus 1. So now we replace back 2x minus 1. So that's our answer. Or you could just, once you are familiar with the rule, you could do a little bit fast. So y prime directly is based on the whole thing. You still could write one more step. Then you 3 out. Then the coefficient out, right? Then the 2 jump down, the square, the power jump down, 2x minus 1, then 2 minus 1. Then here, because 2x minus 1 is not our destination, we need to reach x. So 2x minus 1, then prime. Now here becomes 6, 2x minus 1, then become 1, right? Then here is 2. So your cleanup is 12 at 2x minus 1. So either way, the first method is just based on our definition. Then you get familiar with this kind of method, then you could move on. Next time could do faster. Okay, so the next one, first thing, we don't really like square root or those radical or denominator. Just make the radical become this exponent. Now so you could let u is x squared minus 1, then y directly turns to be u, then 1/2 the power, right? So then y prime is the 1/2 jump down, then 1/2 minus 1. So it's 1/2 u negative 1/2. Then don't forget that you need u prime. The destination is x. Now 1/2 here is u negative 1/2. Then what's the u prime? Let's go here. U prime is 2x. Okay, so times 2x is x, then u 1 to the power of negative 1/2. Then what's u? U is this. Then you go replace back. X minus 1 negative 1/2. You could put it there, or you could just put x here, then here jump down. Go back to the radical to square root. Negative, you go to denominator. 1/2 is the square root. Okay, I want to, you can practice these problems. I just want to quickly write down the answer. You could do u equals x squared minus 4x, start from here, then you get an answer. Or I just based on our second method. So now the 6 jump down, x squared minus 4x, 6 minus 1. Remember, this x squared minus 4x is not the destination x. So we need x squared minus 4x and the prime. Then let's clean up. Here is x squared minus 4x to the 5th power. Here is 2x minus 4. So here is 2 and 2. We could make the common factor out, 2 out, so it become 12. Because 2 times 6, right? Then x squared minus 4x to the 5th power x minus 2. You're down here. You don't need to open this parentheses out. This is already very neat. Now let's talk about this power rule. We are already familiar with the power rule. Just now here we know this y equals x to the power n. We know y prime is n jump down x n minus 1. Downgrade 1, right? Minus 1 in the power. But now is u. So if y is u to the n power, y prime is n jump down u, n minus 1. Don't forget u prime, because u is to the destination x. U is a function of x. Okay, now let's see the examples. For the first function, and you could let 3 minus 2x equals u, then u prime, so you're going to get the answer. This you just directly, make the 10 jump down, then 10 minus 1. Then, because this is not x yet, so 3 minus 2x prime. Then you clean up, here is negative 2, so you get the answer. And the next question, first we change the denominator to the exponent, so it's negative power. And you could try the method 1, let u equal this 3x squared plus 1. Here I just use the second method, so negative 1 jump down, and negative 1 minus negative 1, then this derivative. So here is 6x, right? So negative 24x. Then here is negative 2. This one we change it to the cube root to the power of 1/3. Derivative is this 3 stay, right? Then 1/3 jump down, then 1/3 minus 1. And this base derivative. So here is 2x minus 3. This 3 and 1/3 cancel out. Here is negative 2 over 3. You are down here, or you could just write down is 2x minus 3. Then here is the cube root, or x minus 3x plus 1, then square. Okay, the last one is we change it to exponent. So this is square root, so go to the denominator of the exponent, then is negative, right? Then we get the y prime, the negative 3 over 2 jump down, then minus 1, then here you get the derivative 2x. So 2 and 2 cancel out, negative 5 over 2, or negative 3x over this square root x plus 1, then 5th power. Now let's see 2 application problems. Now here x is output, input as p. We learned in 9.3, we know the rate of change. So what's the x prime? It's just this whole thing prime, right? So we could just do a little bit slow. So plus 1, here is the minus 1, that whole thing prime. Then, here use a constant rule, it becomes 0. So we could just focus on the first term. So 998 stay, then negative 1/2 jump down, just be generous, use the parentheses because the negative, then 2p plus 1, negative 1/2 minus 1, downgrade 1. And it's 2, because p is the input, so we need 2p plus 1, then prime. Here, what do we get? 2, right? It's 2p plus 1, the prime is 2. 2 and 2 cancel out. Directly left, negative 98. 2p plus 1. This is negative 3/2. Now we want to get p is 24. So then we know x prime when p is 24. You just replace this p by 24. Then you can get the answer. Okay, so the last question, so the output we use S, the cells use S, and this T is input. Let's just change it to this, become the exponent form, negative 1, right, minus 18, T plus 3, then negative 2 is power. Now, what's the rate of change of at t equals 4 weeks? So now our first step is get S prime is for the input is t, right? So we just need to do this derivative. So let's rewrite here the whole thing prime. If you do fast, of course you don't need to write down. You can directly just get the answer. So the 1 is a constant, or is 0, right? So the second term is 3, then negative 1 jump down, then negative 1 need to downgrade 1 minus 1. Then be careful, t plus 3 is not the destination t. So you need t plus 3 prime. Then the last term, the third term is negative 18. Then negative 2 jump down. Be generous, use the parentheses. Then t plus 3. Then you downgrade 1, right? Then t plus 3 prime. Okay, so now let's clean up negative 3, t plus 3, negative 2. Here is just a 1. You know, even you forget this term, you would get the same answer, but you have the wrong concept, right? Because you need to do one more derivative. Okay, so here is plus 36. Then t plus 3, negative 3 power. Then also times 1. Now you get that, so you could replace t as 4, just replace t by number 4, then you could get the answer. And you could just stay there or become a fraction or decimal. You can get the answer out to try. Rate of change of t 10 weeks, so it's just almost the same. Just replace t by 10. So 10 plus 3 to the power of negative 2 and 36. 10 plus 3, negative 3. And then you can go try to get the answer. The last question, it's your turn. Based on the question, just give some explanation.